Hey pros, Crystal here from Elite Hair Care USA. Happy New Year to each and every one of you. I hope this year is filled with nothing but joy and happiness and of course added success. So my client here came in. This is actually her first appointment with me. She came in and said that she wanted to get her nape area tapered down, and then of course she wanted to retain some of the length in the crown and some on the sides as well. Now, what a lot of you don't know when it comes on to shortcuts, hair cutting is actually very common whenever you have a short style. Unless you have the plan of growing this hair all the way out, you typically are cutting your hair every at least 3 to 5 weeks. Now, some people try to stretch it out, but when you stretch out a shortcut, let's be honest, you guys, nothing you do under the sun, if that hair needs to be relaxed or cut down, is going to actually help you. And if you know, then you know. But the grow out phase of a shortcut can be brutal. Now, this is not to deter anyone from getting a short style. I absolutely love my short hair. Some things work better for others than most. But listen, shortcuts or any style hair, you guys, I don't care if you're natural, relaxed, long, short, it all requires its own maintenance. Now, to start the rest of the process, I did have to relax the areas that was cut down. This is also very common for people who have shortcuts because remember, the moment you cut that hair, you are exposing a ton of new growth and you don't have gravity to really work with you to stretch that new growth out. Now, she did get a full relaxer, so of course I did go through and put the relaxer in between her longer hair as I would a retouch relaxer, and then of course her sides and her back. Now for shortcuts, I typically like to do the sides and the back first because I want those to process a little bit longer than the retouch areas like the crown. Because technically when you are doing a short style or you have a short style, you don't have to relax the longer hair as often as you do the shorter hair. So keep that in mind, you guys. If you have a short style and you're going to your stylist and you notice that every 2 to 3 weeks they're giving you a full relaxer, that's a no-no. Definitely have this conversation with your stylist so you guys are on the same page. Now, once her relaxer was complete, of course, I did shampoo and condition her. And of course, I always use I always use whatever manufacturer's products to go with that relaxer when it comes onto the shampoo and the condition. Now, at this phase, it's time to go ahead and mold her. And you can also go through and cut the hair more should you choose to, but I already did most of the cutting at the beginning of the service. So I'm just going to use my Elite Silk Wrap Foam to go ahead and mold her. And you guys know I always say that your mold is your foundation of your style. So you do want to make sure that when you are doing your mold, that it's nice and smooth and you are molding in the direction that you plan on styling the hair. So now that her hair is actually dry, I am just going through with my edgers or trimmers to just give her a nice hairline. At this point, if you need to do any more thinning or cutting, you can do it at this part of the process. I kind of like to do a majority of my cutting when the hair is in the preliminary phase. And then when I get to this point, I've already finished most of my cutting, and all I'm doing is just a little bit of detailing. So between the preliminary cut and after the relaxer or after the wash, that is when I will go through and finish out the haircut before I actually mold my client and have her dry. So this part is fairly simple, you guys. I'm just really taking my pencil iron and going through and giving her some curls or coils, along with a little bit of bumping in the shorter areas. This part is kind of self-explanatory. If you have a shortcut and this is new to you, of course, this is something that you have to practice, okay? I am a hairstylist, you guys, and I'm just saying this for reassurance. I don't want you guys to get down and out when you're not able to curl your hair like a hairstylist would, because me as a hairstylist, when I curl my own hair, I'm curling it as a novice, a client. Why? Because someone standing over you and curling your hair is always going to be way better than you standing in the mirror and doing it to yourself, because there's angles that you just cannot get to. There's areas that your arm does not stretch to. And then, of course, it's just always better to have somebody else do your hair, period. Now, for her style, I'm just giving her like some wave slash curls. I love to freehand my shortcuts. Like, I am one of those people where I just kind of go with it, and then wherever it leads me is where I go. Unless the client comes in with a full request of a style, or an inspiration photo, should I say, I'm typically just going through and just freehanding the style all the way through until I'm done. Now, if I know that I'm going to be doing a short style on a client, I typically ask them, do they like their hair to be up or down? And when I say up or down, meaning do they like it flipped or do they like it going towards the face? I also ask them if they are wanting any type of spiking. Do they want it soft? Do they want it hard? Because that's also going to help to lead me in a direction that is going to make my client super happy with their style and nice and comfortable for the finish. At this point, this is where I start to get a little playful with the style. I did kind of change it up and put a couple flips towards the front. But when I did my flips, I made them nice and tight, so it just kind of rolled into each other to still go with that effect of the wave curl style. She also did not want a lot of the hair in her face, so that is another reason why I did the flip. And then I just finished off the sides with the shorter iron to just kind of tie everything in. Now, I always say this in my videos, I prefer short styles without lines. I don't really like lines. But if my client has a style that requires a part or something of that nature, then I definitely give it to them. But I traditionally try to eliminate showing any form of parts in the short style because you want it to flow really easily, really nicely. Now, of course, if you're new in my channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And also, if you are watching this video through to the end, please comment down below and tell me what you thought about the actual service, the finished style. I love the style, by the way. And then, of course, I will see everybody in the next video. Happy New Year to everyone. We have made it to 2024, right? So, of course, we're going to make sure that this is the best hair year ever. So you guys make sure you go to check out our website at EliteHairCareUSA.com to get any of our hair care and restoration products. And then, of course, Crystal W online to get any of your body and skincare products. Lastly, ProBeautyWholesale.com if you're looking to wholesale and start a brand. Bye.